Good evening. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. The Alabama softball team had hoped by this time to be hoisting a national championship trophy. Hasn't happened, and not because they didn't win the game. The game has just started. Sports Director Gary Harris up first tonight with details of how Mother Nature has thrown a wrench in championship win today.
Mother Nature has thrown a wrench with me too, John.
Yeah.
I got a bad cold, and it just has hit me, so I may have to hand it back over to you. But Alabama finally playing some softball tonight. Why don't you take it from there?
Yeah, and right now they have just gone to the bottom of the first inning. Currently, Alabama right now tied up 0-0 in the first inning right now. Gary, of course, is going to get that throat cleared up and have a little bit more coming up in home team sports just a few moments from now. Right now, though, the Crimson Tide softball team against Oklahoma, 0-0. And coming up in home team sports, we'll, of course, update you. And should Alabama come away with the W and the championship, we'll have a full post-game coverage tomorrow on our newscast. Well, in other news tonight, if you live or work in Tuscaloosa and you know it's best to avoid Highway 69 during rush hour, the traffic is absolutely terrible. Well, today the Tuscaloosa County Commission approved a proposal to have an engineering study done to look at the possibility of widening that road. WVUA's Courtney Highfield talked to residents who agree something needs to be done.
The traffic on Highway 69 South has been an ongoing issue for residents. Some say they want to see something done about it now, but as officials explain, a study of the highway has to be done first.
They could go down there and put an extra lane on each side and would be no use whatsoever until you study what access roads and things like that goes with a study.
But whichever step comes first, everyone agrees something has to be done.
I come about once a day, generally, coming to work. Generally around rush hour traffic, it's horrible. It's really crowded, really thick. It's hard to get onto 69 South from about 359 down here. It's really thick.
Oh, traffic is murder in the evenings when everybody's getting off work, kind of that 4:30 to probably 6 o'clock.
Residents say the traffic on 69 South has gotten so bad that it takes them twice as long to get to work or home during the evening rush hour.
During the middle of the day, I can generally get here in about 5 minutes. It's about a 15-minute drive from my house to here during rush hour, so about a 10-minute difference.
Officials say once the study is complete, residents will see things moving a lot faster. Reporting in Tuscaloosa, Courtney Highfield, WVUA News.
And one of the big problem areas on 69 is the intersection of Bear Creek Road near McDonald's. The commission is looking at the possibility of widening those lanes. Well, on your home team education watch tonight, day 2 of the superintendent interviews for the Tuscaloosa County school system. Tuesday, the school board held a Q&A session with Cherokee County School Superintendent Brian Johnson. This afternoon, the second and final candidate took center stage, and our own Travis Leader was there.
Retired Oconee County, Georgia School Superintendent and current Tuscaloosa County candidate John Jackson took center stage at Hillcrest High School. Johnson told the board he is not a fan of punishing students for poor school performance.
I just believe that it's our responsibility to try to bring students to mastery of the curriculum, that's our responsibility, not to give a 0 or an F.
Jackson says you have to analyze a system before deciding how long students should stay in one classroom.
You can't just make a decision, okay, tomorrow we're going to go to a 7-period day or we're going to go to a 6-period day. I think you've got to think it through and decide, you know, what's the end goal.
He still believes it's important to try and influence voters to increase funding for the county schools.
You set or paint a picture or a vision of what could be if we had the additional resources.
But if the revenue doesn't come in, he thinks slashing personnel may not be feasible at this time.
Tuscaloosa County Schools is thin right now as far as personnel, as much as I can see. So not knowing where there might be a possibility for further reductions without further impacting the classroom, I'd be hard pressed.
Reporting in Tuscaloosa County, Travis Leader, WVUA News.
School board member Mark Nelson says they will reconvene Monday, June 11th to further discuss candidates. Nelson says it's unlikely the board will make their decision at that time. Well, let's get a first check on Alabama's home team forecast. For that, here's Chief Meteorologist Richard Scott. Hey, Richard.
Hey, John, good Wednesday evening to you. We're dry across the deep south right now. Also, temperatures very nice out there. 70 in Tuscaloosa, a lot cooler than we were at this time last night. Still warm along the coast, though. Mobile close to 79. In fact, Tallahassee, Florida at 77 at this hour. No rain to deal with. We are dry and clear across the deep south. The closest rain happening to us happened right along the coast today, and most of that activity starting to fall apart along that old stationary front. Thursday's forecast, hey, going to get hot in a hurry. 89 degrees by 4 o'clock. Plenty of sun. No chance for rain tomorrow for Thursday. We do have some rain to talk about just down the road. Your forecast is straight ahead.
On your home team Crime Watch tonight, an absolutely tragic story coming out of South Alabama this evening. 2 children and their caregiver have been found murdered. The Alabama Bureau of Investigation says they have recovered the bodies of 9-year-old twins Jordan and Taylor DeJarnett and 73-year-old Jack Mack Gardner. The bodies were found on a dirt road off Alabama Highway 21 near Haneyville. Their identities were confirmed today. The trio had been missing since Sunday. Now, ABI agents say they would like to question 22-year-old DeAndrew Marquis Lee. They are calling him a person of interest. Authorities say Lee had been released on bond in Dallas County for being in possession of a firearm with altered serial number, obstruction of justice, resisting arrest, and a violation of a license to carry a pistol. Police say Lee is considered armed and dangerous. If you have any information about his whereabouts, you are advised to call the ABI crime tip line, that number 800-392-8011. Well, now your chance to fight crime in Tuscaloosa County. Your piece of information could be the missing link investigators need to catch a suspect. Here's this week's Tuscaloosa County's Most Wanted.
Hello, my name is Ted Sexton, the Sheriff of Tuscaloosa County. Thanks to your help, we have 3 more captures in Tuscaloosa County's Most Wanted. Eddie Lee Poe III was arrested on the charge of rape in the 2nd degree. Kyra Houston was arrested on the charge of robbery in the 1st degree and failure to comply with the Sex Offender Notification Act. Wesley Evans was arrested on the charge of robbery in the 1st degree. Thanks to your help in WVUA, that makes 395 captures. Now, we need your help this week in finding more of Tuscaloosa County's Most Wanted. Zachary Van Sickler, wanted on the charge of felony possession of salvia, synthetic marijuana. He's a white male, 26 years of age. He's 5'10", 145 pounds, with brown hair and brown eyes. Last known to be living in the 1400 block of 7th Street in Tuscaloosa. Cornelius Antoine Washington is wanted on the charge of robbery in the 2nd degree. He's a black male, 26 years of age, 5'10", 170 pounds, black hair, brown eyes, and last known to be living on 32nd Avenue East in Tuscaloosa. If you have any information on these as well as others wanted by the Tuscaloosa County Sheriff's Office, please call us at 205-464-8672 or go to our website at www.tcsoal.org. You can like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. And again, working together, we'll continue to make Tuscaloosa County a safer place to live.
Former Penn State assistant football coach Jerry Sandusky was back to court today for day 2 of jury selection. Now, the court says it has seated a jury of 12 men and women along with 4 alternates. The jurors include a retired Penn State professor as well as Penn State graduate and undergraduate students. Opening statements are set to begin Monday, and the trial is expected to last about 3 weeks. Sandusky is accused of sexually abusing 10 boys for at least 15 years. He has pleaded not guilty. And some good news to tell you about tonight from Wall Street. The Dow Jones Industrial Average had its best day of the year. It surged 286 points, turning the index positive for the year and all but erasing last Friday's plunge, which was set off by a dismal U.S. jobs report. Hope that Europe would help ease the region's debt crisis helped launch today's rally. The NASDAQ and the S&P 500 also saw healthy gains.